hope you guys are all having a wonderful day today. I have a DIY today. I started to work on it, and I'm going to be doing a frame picture today. And I'm going to be using painter sticks. And these are the ones I use, but I use the longer ones, which you can get them at Home Depot. And 3 come in a pack in the large ones. And I use some anti-wax to stain these. And I'm going to go ahead. I started to glue them, but I thought I'd wait so I can show you how I did my frame. I took everything out of my frame. And this is just a wooden frame that I had purchased in a thrift store. No, it was in a yard sale. I had gotten this frames. And so I decided I wanted to make a spring decor. So I'm going to go ahead and add some glue. And I'm just adding glue around the side here and some up here. But first I'm going to add a little bit at a time, because I got to make sure that I'm add enough glue just so I can add this one to it. And I think some of them are kind of little there. I got to push it down to make sure there. It's nice and tight in there. And it glues. Okay. And then now I'm going to add this one here up here. And I'm going to add glue all the way around to my edges here. And I press that and make sure that it's nice and tight in there. And I did, I used 6 of these. Of the painter sticks. Okay. And once you have it on there, and it's nicely glued and secure, which this is already glued, because I did use Gorilla Glue. That's what I use. And that works really good. And I'm just gonna go ahead and add the back of my frame picture, which this came with that. But I'm gonna add this to the back to make it look a lot nicer. Of course, I'm going to press these little clips in the back down. Kind of hard. And maybe they just won't stay because of this cardboard's a little thicker. So maybe I can just put these, or I might not even be able to press no because of the wood. So I'm just going to leave that out. I really don't need it. I might just put something else on there. Or maybe I'll just glue this to the back later. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Glue this to the back so it has a nice backing. And that way it has a nice finish to this picture. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting my letters on here. And first, I'm going to start off with spring in the bottom. I'm going to put on my sign, Hello Spring. But I'm going to first put my letters in the bottom. And Just gotta make sure my letters do fit perfect in the sign. So first I'm gonna glue my S. I decided not to paint these. I just wanted it to be all natural. I think the natural look looks very pretty. At least in my opinion. I know some of us like to paint these. And they do look pretty painted. But I just wanted it, I wanted just a neutral look. Just trying to make sure I don't burn my finger. And now I'm going to put my R. And I'm going to be adding some flowers to my sign, which I'll show you in a minute how to make the flowers. I made some ahead of time, but I am going to show you at least how to make one. And they're very easy to make. They're not really hard at all. And I have made quite a few because I might end up using some for another project. But I first want to put my letters on, because that way I can center my flowers in the middle. There, got the word spring on there. And now on top, I'm going to put the word hello. So that way I say hello spring. Let's see. I think right there's good. And let me see. I'll just move my H a little bit more over. I'm just using my thumbs to kind of measure it on the sides. There's the E. Oh. Right there in the edge. And now I'm going to do my H. Okay. And so far this is how my sign looks like. So if I got to get the little glue around the letters there. Okay. Okay, I'm going to set this aside while this dries. I'm going to end up showing you first, how to do a flower. And it's going to be really simple. What I do is I get some yarn, and I'm using this yarn right here, Crafter's Closet it's called, and it's a 4 medium, and it's cotton yarn. This is 100% cotton. I tried it with the other kind of yarns, and I didn't seem to like it with the other kind of yarns, and this was like the best yarn you can use to make flowers with. And you just get your yarn and just wrap it around your fingers. Use your 4 fingers. And then I just go a couple of times, maybe like about 20. Because you don't want to make it too thick neither, your flower. Because it's going to be really puffy. And so I try not to put too much yarn. And then I go ahead and I just cut it. And I take it out of my hand. And then I get some yarn here and I cut it. And then I'm just going to tie it. And they're really simple and really fast to make. You don't take very long to make these. And then I just cut my string that I have left here. And then I kind of open up my flower a little bit. Just a little bit. But see where I have my knot right here? This is going to be where I'm going to put it like this. Because I want to kind of make it look kind of nice in the back here. The reason I say that is because if you decide to put it on you want to use like a little dowel roll stick, you can glue it there. And then you can use floral wrap. The green one that you purchased at the store, like at Walmart. And then you can set these inside like a flower vase or something. Okay, and this is, keep on winding it. And then you just keep going. It's real simple. And see how it's kind of good if you have colored yarn too, because if you have the color yarn, it's even better because then your flower will have different colors in it, and then it won't be all solid color. And I kind of like this one because it has multiple colors. So if you get yarn with multiple colors, it's even a lot nicer. Because see how this one I came out with all blue. So this has the yarn part that I use now. It came out with the multiple colors, which is nice. And if you have a little bit right here, just go ahead and trim it. Don't be afraid to trim it because you're not going to need that anyway. Okay, now I'm going to spread this a little bit. And see how I have the blue and the white. And I'm just going to, you have it like this. And then I'm going to put the other one going the other way across. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that. And then now you have your flower made. And of course, for the center of your flower, I am going to add, let's see, I have this button here, which has multiple colors, or I can use maybe just a solid blue. But I think I like it with that multiple colors. It looks pretty. I'm going to use that multiple color one. So I'm just going to add glue right in the middle. And this is going to be going to go right in the center of my flower. And I'm just going to press it down a little bit. And let's see. Seems like I have glue everywhere. Okay. And so this is how your flower looks like now. It looks really pretty. And I made quite a different one, so I'm going to show you the other ones I made. I made a solid pink one. Okay. And then I made another one with the multiple colors also, which is pretty. I love this. This looks real spring color. And then I made some, let's see. This one also is from the same yarn here, but this one looked like it had more blue because it went from this blue here to the lighter blue. And it just has a little bit of white. And look at how different your flower looks. Same yarn, but in the same kind of flower. And then I also made one out of this yarn. I think this is really pretty. And this has like a little light brown with white on it. And here's another one that I made the same, except I put different color buttons. That way it kind of makes it look a little bit of difference. And I did make a solid blue. And this is my solid blue, and I put different buttons, and this has some kind of a little design on the buttons. And of course you've seen the yellow one. I think this is pretty. I love this button here. Very spring. It kind of reminds me as a bee. I don't know why. Okay, but today on my sign, and you also can make it out of this also. I made one out of jute, and I put a sunflower on it. And then I did this one out of a different yarn also. And then I did this one, which is this one here. You can see the difference. And the reason I'm not going to put this one because I have yellow already on there. So I don't want to have too much yellow on my sign. So I want to put the green one. And you can tell this one I winded a little bit more. You could tell I added more yarn. And this one looks a little bit more thinner. You can tell I didn't add that much yarn to it. So it all depends on you. If you want your flower a little more thicker, then you just can wind it a little bit more. Like I'll do 20 on mine, but if you want it a little bit more than that, and then of course it's going to look like this, or even more than that. Because this one looks a little thick too. My jute. See the difference? One looks a lot thicker, and this one looks more thicker than this one. But I kind of like this one because it's not so thick, but it looks really pretty when it's opened up. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and glue these flowers to my sign. And I'm just going to go ahead and center it. Okay. Let's see how I want my flowers putting on there. This one I know I'm going to put right in the middle. And you want to make sure you press it down a little bit so it'll stick on there. Maybe I'll put this one on this side. I think I like the blue on this other end. Let me just glue this on there. And let me see how this looks on here too. See how this will look too. Oh, I think I like this one on here. Very springy. I think I'll leave this one out, my brown one. And I think I'll put this one on there. Or if you decide to put like this, like a yellow, very springy. Or let's see how it looks in the pink. That's how it will look in the pink. The sign, isn't that pretty? I think I'm going to save my pink one for something. Then I did do one like a beige little color, which this looks pretty on the sign. I think this looks nice too on the sign. I love it because it kind of blends in with your neutral colors. But I'm going to go ahead and put this one on here. This would be a little different. And you can make several little signs with these flowers. Okay. And I think that's how I'm going to go. I was going to put this, but since I have this, see, it's almost kind of blends in, almost the same color. So I need to put something that's going to stand out a little bit. So this is how my sign turned out. I just love this, the way it looks. And I was going to paint my sign here around the edges, and I was deciding to either paint it black and then give it a little distressed look. And then I thought, no, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and leave it like this, a neutral color. Maybe my next sign I will do that to it. And just maybe I will paint it black or white and just give it a distressed look. Just to see how it looks a little different. And I almost painted my letters white too. I thought about, okay, if I paint this black, and then maybe I'll go ahead and paint my letters white. And then I just kind of decided to change my mind, and I decided to go along with this. So that's how it looks, really pretty. So if you make flowers, I like them better with the multiple colors. I think the multiple colors really looks really nice. It looks really different. Yeah. And this is the same yarn that I use like my blue one also. It's the same one. Crafter's Closet yarn. And it's a 4-way. And I noticed in the back it says Pinterest.com Artist Skills. And I didn't notice that till now. I've had this yarn in my stash for a while. So that's why sometimes I forget where I get some of my things. Sometimes I get things when I go to the thrift store or yard sales and I find stuff that I know that I can use for crafting. I'll go ahead and take it with me, you know. Yeah. But yeah, I love the way my sign turned out. I hope you guys are all enjoying your spring. Well, that's all for my DIY today, so don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up because that would really help my channel, and hit that notification. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. I love you guys all. Bye.